Hello and welcome to the latest episode of Millennial Money. My name's Lauren and I work for an online personal finance company called Money to the Masses. We cover a host of investing and personal finance topics over on our website, moneytothemasses.com. Be sure to also follow us over on our social media, so our Facebook Money to the Masses, our Instagram at Money to the Masses, and our Twitter at Money to the Masses with the number 2. So in this week's Millennial Money video, I'm going to be sharing 5 ways you can teach your children about money. Now, money obviously isn't taught actively in schools, so children often don't have a great understanding of money and personal finance until their late teens and potentially even university, when they have to use money properly and manage their money and finances for the first time. So it's always a good idea to try and teach your children about money when they are young, so they have a better understanding of how to manage their money when going into adulthood and in the future. One of the easiest ways to teach your children about money is to incorporate money into the everyday. So start talking to your children about money, introduce them to the idea of money as early as possible, and have them understand the value of money. So potentially, if you are purchasing something, try and get them to understand the value of what they are purchasing or what you are purchasing. Also, let them see you manage money on a regular basis. So potentially when you go out shopping for your groceries, then if they actively see you using money, then it may spark questions from your children about how money works and how you pay for things. Another great way is to also create opportunities for your children to earn money through pocket money. So this is a great way of getting them to do things around the house, potentially feeding a pet, to incentivize them to take responsibility and also earn money and understand how money works, how budgeting and saving works. There are loads of handy pocket money apps out there which allow you to teach your children about money, but also visually. So a lot of children nowadays have their own personal devices, such as phones or tablets. Now, a lot of these pocket money apps allow your children to have separate apps on their own devices, so they can have a look at how much money they have in their accounts themselves. With a pocket money app, you still have full control over their finances, and you can control what they can and can't do and what they can and can't spend, but it allows your children to have a better understanding and a small amount of financial independence. So some examples of the pocket money apps are Rooster Money, Go Henry and Nimble, and we review all of those on the Money to the Masses website, and we also have a handy article explaining a bit more about the different pocket money apps out there. Now, typically in the pocket money apps, they allow you to set chores, and then upon completing the chores, your child gets paid their pocket money. If the child doesn't complete their chores, then they will not get paid their pocket money. There's also additional features such as budgeting and saving, which allows your children to understand what they need to do if they want to save something that they would like to buy in the future. And it also encourages them to budget to be able to afford something that they wish to buy. Teach your children about basic personal finance. Teach your children about regular bills that you have to pay, for example, the water and electricity. Teach your children about when you go shopping, how you need to manage the money, how you have to pay for things. And it is also a great idea to use the pocket money apps to encourage the children to save towards something that they really like. Also, if the children understand about the utility bills, such as water, that you have to pay for it, this could be a great way to encourage them not to waste and be wasteful of certain things, because they then understand that you have to pay for it. Although this can be quite difficult for children to understand, it's quite good to talk to them about it as they grow up, because they will then gain a better understanding of all of the things that you have to pay for, and that when you turn on the tap, the water doesn't just come out for free. Now, a really fun way to teach your children about money is playing board games with the children. There are a host of board games out there that can teach your children about money without them even realising. So we have 3 examples of money board games that we really like. There's Monopoly Junior, there's Buy It Right, and there's Money Bags. Now, these games are suitable for children for a range of ages, and they are a great way to introduce children to money in day-to-day life, whilst also making the topic fun. Now, if you wanted to find out more about the different types of board games that can help to introduce your children to money, then be sure to check out the article on the Money to the Masses website, and I will link to it below this video. Now, finally, tip number 5 is to model good financial behaviour yourselves. Now, children are a lot more observant than we think they are, and ultimately they look up to you for their financial habits in later life. So if you would like your children to be good with money, it's quite important to be able to instill those values about money in them whilst they are young, and also to practice them yourselves so that they can see you being good with money. And hopefully that will encourage them to be good with money and they will learn good money habits for later in life. So that's it for this week's Millennial Money video. If you have any questions, then email me, Lauren at moneytothemasses.com. And if you have any tips yourself for when you speak to your children about money, or any friends or family that spoke to you when you were growing up about money, then share them in the comments below because we'd love to hear them. Thanks for watching.